Abby, so good to see you. Today, we're going to talk through why a financial plan matters more than ever for retirement readiness. Despite ongoing concerns about inflation, debt, and the increased cost of living, many Americans are surprisingly optimistic about their financial future. But that confidence has a very clear link. It is
Mhm.
planning. According to the latest Wealth Watch survey, people who work with a professional are more than 2 times as likely to have retirement savings and a strategy and are far more confident in reaching their goals. So, how does that relationship lead to more confidence and better savings?
Absolutely. So I love this study. It shows the value of having that relationship with a financial professional that you trust, that you can
Mhm.
bounce ideas off of. So people that do have a relationship like that, they're more likely to have number one retirement savings in general, 71% versus 28%, an actual strategy, an actual retirement strategy, not just savings, but a strategy to keep what you already have and continue to accumulate more and then figure out how to make that last for the rest of your life. So people that work with a professional are 41% likely to have a retirement 41% of people that work with a professional are likely to have a retirement strategy versus 15% that don't. So that one really stuck out to me. And then also people that work with a professional that actually have a plan are also more likely to have one of my favorite things to talk about, an emergency fund and a high
Yeah.
yield savings account. So that relationship, from my experience doing this for quite a long time, it is just like really anything else. You have the accountability, you have a roadmap, you have a next clear step of what you're building towards. And also, just like any area of our life, we have defined goals that we all know that we're working towards. And you have somebody that's checking in with you on a regular basis. And
Mhm.
so for me, if you, I relate it to maybe eating healthier or working out, those type things, I'm much more likely to stay on track and to stick with a plan if I have either a trainer or a friend that I'm doing it with. And it's the
Right.
exact same thing with finances.
Right.
And that's really where the value comes in, is just having those goals and having clear action steps to get you to that place.
Mhm. Yeah. So, of all those polled, only 19% of people had a retirement strategy. So, since you touched on this a second ago, what is the difference between having savings, having a pile of money, and having a strategy?
Yeah, it's a big difference. So a lot of times people have a goal and it's a dollar amount in their head
Right.
of,
Yeah.
if I hit $1 million in my retirement savings or $2 million in my retirement savings, or whether it's a net worth amount or, a dollar amount in your retirement account, that's really the only goal that they have. And it's great. It's great to at least have that goal. But then the next question comes is, okay, well, how are you going to get there? How do you know you're saving it and investing it in the right things, the most efficient things for you? How do you know you're using the right types of accounts? It's really about building the efficiency and optimizing that investing and saving and budgeting and your debt management. There's a lot that goes into that. And where financial advisors can really come in is making sure that you're using the right tools for you, that you're on the right path, and also that you're on the fastest path.
Yeah.
So there's certain things that can be done that will maybe shave a couple years off of you having to work. And they're not that difficult. They're not, that hard to implement. It's just kind of sometimes the little things or the things that maybe you don't know. That's really where the strategy comes in. So making sure you're making the right moves, the most efficient moves for you and your family so that you can reach your goals as quickly as possible. And then if you want to work for a couple more years because you still like what you do, great. That's what I like to call work optional. And I want everybody to get there
Mhm.
someday, because then you can do whatever you want to, whether it's for money or just for, the love of it, like volunteering.
Mhm.
But that's where the
Yeah.
strategy comes in to get you to that place.
I love that. All right. Well, as you know, inflation remains top of mind. 49% said inflation
Yes.
affected their finances the most in 2024. So, how do you help clients manage those challenges while still planning for the future?
What I like to remind my clients of is we have to control the things that we can control. Inflation, unfortunately, is not one of them. It's stuck around for now, it's going on 5, almost 6 years of
Yeah.
being very sticky. And that, talk about compounding, that's compounding to our detriment. So inflation 5 years in a row is just inflation stacked on inflation on inflation. I mean, everything has gotten so expensive, but we can't control any of that. What we can control on is being in control of our budgets, making sure that we at least have a pretty good handle on what we're spending, where we're spending it, to make sure that our dollars are going to the things that we want them to go to, making sure that our portfolios are being reviewed so that you don't have any lazy money, that your money is working for you as hard as possible, that you're allocated correctly, and making sure that you have a protection strategy in place for those emergencies. Because an emergency that you don't have that emergency bucket for, that can really throw everything off, because then you're going to get high interest rate debt. It's a bad situation. Emergency fund is your shield, as I like to say. And so those are the things that we want to focus on. We want to make sure if you're in retirement, we've got the proper allocation between, the more conservative strategies that are going to be your foundation, and then also the growth strategies that are going to protect your purchasing power, because a dollar today is not going to stretch as far, especially in 5 years, but in 10 years and 20 years. So you have to make sure that you're growing your money, but it's scary to do that when you know that you're not adding to it anymore. And that's where a professional can come in and help you make those decisions, try and take a little bit of the emotion out of it, and just have a good, solid strategy in place.
Mm-hmm. So for those who feel behind or overwhelmed, which may be most of us, what's the first step in creating a real retirement plan?
Yeah, so the first step is finding someone that you want to take that journey with. So there's a lot of advisors out there. There's a lot of fantastic advisors out there, and you can interview a couple of them. Ask your friends if they have somebody that they really like. If you're watching this video, you can always reach out to us. You can watch a lot of our videos. We have a ton of resources out there, and give us a call. So we offer a 15-minute introductory call with one of our fiduciary advisors to see if it might be a fit to start building that plan together. That's really going to be the first step. So you don't have to have a 15, bullet point to-do list to get yourself on track. You don't have to have it all together to start. That's what we can help you with. We can help you get organized. So a lot of times what I find is people don't start because they feel like they either don't have enough, or they're not organized enough, or it's just not the right time for them. There's always going to be a million excuses why right now is not a good time to start, but it is. I mean, the best time to start is right now, or yesterday. So reach out to us if you don't have somebody that you can partner with to put a plan together. And in a month, 2 months, 6 months, you're going to have so much more peace of mind. You're going to know what your goals are. You're going to know exactly what steps you need to take to get there. And you're going to be thanking yourself that you put the excuses aside and reached out and made that call.
Right. Absolutely. Well said, Abby. Well, if somebody would like to sit down with you to create that financial plan so that you can listen to their goals and again, create a plan around that, what's the best way to reach you?
You can always give us a call. So 678-442-0255. Let us know what's on your mind. One of our staff will schedule a 15-minute introductory call with one of our advisors, or you can contact us through our website. So theretirementfamily.com. Again, you can find a lot of amazing resources on there. There's articles, there's calculators, there's a ton of different videos on a lot of different topics. And send us a message. So we have a contact us spot where you can let us know what's on your mind. Let us know that you want to set up a call, and one of our staff members will reach out and get you on our calendar.
Great. Abby, thank you.
Thanks, Erin.